Hello and welcome back to the Oklahoma Venture Forum podcast for February 2022. I'm here with the group from Loveworks, talking today specifically about Wristworld, AI gaming for young entrepreneurs. Super excited to have you guys here again. You spoke previously and you're back again. So let's start with introductions right here.
Absolutely, Kyle. My name is Michael Hirsch, Executive Director of Loveworks Leadership.
I'm Katie Sparks. I'm the Chief Financial Officer of Wristworld.
I'm Emma Wilbarger, and I'm the Chief Marketing Officer at Wristworld.
I'm Arya Ramanidi, and I'm on the product team.
Okay, we have the CMO, the CFO, we got product development, we have executive directorship leadership here. So for those who are not familiar, first with Loveworks and then with Wristworld, explain quickly what the program is and then talk about what Wristworld is and does.
Yeah, absolutely. So Loveworks Leadership is a youth organization that focuses on leadership, and our vision is to be able to equip students for real life and to help to prepare them and to make them ready. We have various programs at Loveworks, but the one that we're going to feature on that we're excited today is our business program and one of our startup companies called Wristworld.
As a person who started my first business as a teenager, but did not understand the word entrepreneurism or that fact I was being an entrepreneur. In fact, I really didn't understand I was starting a business. I was just trying to make some fast cash. I appreciate the importance of young people understanding all that goes into being an entrepreneur, starting a business, etc. So what led you to that path of connection of young people and starting a business and being an entrepreneur?
Kyle, I wish I was that smart, and I was the one that had the idea for the big dream of a tech company and a salsa company, but I believe it's something that's born innate within all of us. And so the role that Loveworks has is that we don't want to be another Sage, but we really want to just be a guide on the side for the students and really to nurture what we believe is natural entrepreneurialism inside each of our students. And it comes out in different ways. But they are the biggest dreamers and thinkers, the ones that have just the crazy ideas that somehow put into play and work itself out. And so really that is our goal. Our goal is to really to nurture and to keep that entrepreneurial spirit alive and going within the hearts of our students.
But also something they're not getting specifically in school, in high school, and even into some college programs, entrepreneurism and the different aspects that come along with that, correct?
No, you're absolutely right. And so it's really our part, Loveworks' part, to play its part in the community. We're not the answer, we're not the silver bullet, but we love the opportunity to come alongside school districts, and we come along many of them, and through the leadership experiences at Loveworks, the entrepreneurship and business programs, we're really able to help to develop and cultivate those soft skills, the ones that you're referencing, Kyle, that may not necessarily come out naturally just in the four walls of a classroom.
Let's talk about Wristworks. Tell the folks who are not familiar what the company is and the product and how it fits into, it's a technology piece, so explain all of that.
So Wristworld is a tech startup that started 3 years ago by a group of 10 middle school students, and our product is an augmented reality video game. As you can see here, it's not on the recording, but Wristworld is a set of 4 wristbands, and they're augmented reality. When you scan any of these bands with your phone, the game will pop up.
So you wear it on your wrist, you have a virtual world, Wristworld, right? And
You
AI
got it.
is, for those not familiar,
AR
okay, see, I got it wrong, right? So
is augmented reality.
augmented, so using augmented reality, you are still familiar with your surroundings, but there are additional things that
You're
happen.
very right.
Right?
Yeah,
in
you can
augmented
just scan the
reality.
band and you see the normal world around you plus something extra, something special.
Okay. Very good. So it is a game. It is entertainment based for the end user. Explain the game a little bit.
Okay, so the storyline of Wristworld is that a dark force is taking over the world, and it's up to you, the player, to save it. It gives the chance for a kid to positively impact the world.
Okay. So talk to the CFO here. Now this is the product for Wristworld as a product. How is the business set up, and what are some of the milestones that you've had over the last couple of years?
That's a good question. Being such a small business starting up in Oklahoma, it wasn't your standard procedure exactly. Also, we were middle school students.
Which is not standard procedure as
Neither.
well.
Not necessarily.
But it's also one of the best aspects of entrepreneurism is you can break rules, right?
And that's definitely what we've done from day one. We started with like a 9-person founding team. And from that, we've come 3 years in the making. We decided to make this incredible product, but let's see. we've had our fair share of challenges. We decided to start with this slap band, and we started with our 4 original bands, and later you'll get to hear about our newly licensed band and more about our 2 profit streams that we're working into right now. Our ultimate goal right now is opening up into large retailers across the nation, even overseas, and ultimately building our online presence. We've got some great forecasts for 2022, so we're hoping and working to make everything go according to plan.
I'm hearing a lot of growth, product
Yes.
expansion, market expansion, et cetera.
Yeah.
So let's talk about how you enter new markets and try to attract new people to Wristworld.
So we do a lot on social media right now. That's kind of our driving force. And then also coming to places like this where we get to share about our product and do a little pitch. But right now, you'll get to hear a little bit about it later, but one of the biggest things we did last year to kind of promote our product was the Miku Expo. And I won't go too in depth on it just yet because it was an exciting experience for us to run an ad, and the ad went crazy. And so fans were crazy about it, and we had to respond to all those people on social media and continue kind of the fandom going.
Explosive
And so-
growth, always a goal, sometimes can be a hindrance, can be hard to manage, right?
Very true.
Kyle, what they're not saying is that they went viral last July on Twitter. And
Okay.
so Wristworld was actually trending based upon the new licensed character, Hatsune Miku, which has really contributed and really played a big part in just the growth of the company over the last year. And let me say this, in the middle of a pandemic.
Yeah.
Right?
And we're talking middle school and high school students.
Because as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, decision maker, right, you have to make the adjustments necessary, right? Whether it's market adjustments, COVID, medical, legal, expanding into new markets, you're going to have to adjust again, right? That's part of your thought process.
Yeah.
What have you learned from that you think will apply to your real world application outside of this business entity?
For me, I definitely say not to listen to the word no, because I know a lot of times, I know Loveworks is really good at this. They really empower middle school students and high school students, and they don't want you to think, oh, well, no, I can't do this because I'm young, or no, I can't do this because I don't have the skill set. They empower us with that, and so someone's always going to be there to listen to you, especially in the great community we live in with Oklahoma. Me personally, I was able to find that growth in Loveworks, and not listening to no has really helped me grow out of my comfort zone and into the business world.
One of the keys to business success is often authenticity, a product or service coming from an authentic place, not just simply something that makes money.
Yeah.
By developing this by middle school students, I assume for middle school and older people as well, you have a different level of authenticity as a CMO, and then I'll ask the other two as well. How are you tapping into that as part of connecting with the right audience?
Well, it's definitely different, especially as being a kid, because normally you would think, well, I mean, we're creating a game, but it's funny because the people you market it to or the people you can get help from, they're often older and more advanced in the business world. And so having to learn those skill sets, like how to do a pitch or how to make great connections, has really impacted me. And I've kind of had to step into that role of growing up early and getting to be in the business world and learn all those skills that you would learn normally as an adult.
How about you?
I would say, what?
How do you think the things you've learned in this process is going to apply to the real world outside of this business
Okay, perfect.
entity?
I was hoping we were still talking about that question. It goes along with what Emma was saying partially, and Loveworks and the Oklahoma Venture Forum are a great representation of this, but that here in Oklahoma we have an extremely successful business in several industries. And the great thing about Oklahoma is people are always ready to help. People want other businesses to succeed, other people to succeed. And especially being high school students, we are more prone to draw those people in who want to help us. And that's important now as kids, but I've learned primarily that those people are out there and there are experts. There are people who have walked the long and winding road that is entrepreneurship, and they've succeeded. They know how to do it. And whether you're a kid and they just want to help you, or you just know that you've got to find someone who knows how to do it right, go to your resources, find a company to model after. Use the people who have done it right as your model to do it right.
That is excellent advice. Fantastic. What are your takeaways that you think you'll apply to the real world?
For me, it's very similar to what Emma and Katie said. Connections are really important. Everyone Wristworld has met and connected with has been really helpful and supportive of us.
I can tell everyone listening to the podcast who's not watching in the video, these are young people. They are middle school and high school students. They sound like top-notch professionals, that people that have been out in the world for a long time. But as you can see when you're looking at them on the video, they are younger, but their experience is coming through. The presentation definitely is coming through. So, Michael, last question.
Yeah.
What is your advice for people looking to become an entrepreneur, thinking about entrepreneurism, specifically in Oklahoma?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I couldn't think of a better place to want to be an entrepreneur and start something right here in Oklahoma. I've lived in various parts of the country, and I'm not just saying this to pacify our audience, but the favor, the opportunity that and the willingness from others to be able to work alongside you in Oklahoma, to believe in your dream, such a special place. But I would say this, to answer your question specifically, I would say this: it is never too early and it's never too late. At Loveworks, we always like to say it's never too early to be a dreamer and it's never too late to get started working on that dream. So whoever that is for, I believe it's for somebody. It's never too early and it's definitely never too late.
That advice, along with the fantastic answers, the poise of these young people, I'm looking forward to the presentation today. Hearing you for the second time, we heard you a few years ago here at Oklahoma Venture Forum, and the updates. This combination definitely proves that point exactly. We really appreciate you guys being here on the podcast and presenting for us today.
It's an honor. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.